haven't had the occasion to go to East Palestine. Thank you. Going on here, and I just haven't been able to break. I was thinking whether I'd go to East Palestine this week, but I then was reminded I've got to go literally around the world.
He's so busy, President Biden. That was the president responding to a question about when he should visit East Palestine, Ohio. That's the site of that toxic train derailment that happened over 6 months ago. Biden also mispronouncing the name of East Palestine not once, but twice.
You know, I can count, I don't think I actually can count on both my hands how many times he's been to the beach in Delaware this summer. He had time to go. Let's look at his vacation schedules. Joining us for reaction are East Palestine's residents, Tammy and Rick Chai. Thank you both for joining us this morning. Tammy, I want to start with you because I know that you have been waiting for the president to visit you. You've come on here multiple times saying that you want him to come and he has not come. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's reprehensible, his actions. And he needs to sign that declaration of declaring it a state of emergency. I don't know what's taking so long. If you saw the contamination in our creeks, it would make you sick. And the very important thing about that is that creek water filters down into the aquifer, which supplies all of the water for all of the residents that are on private wells. So it's very important that gets taken care of. And the city water receives that also, but they have huge carbon filters that they have that so that people can get cleaner water there. So we have been on bottled water since after the explosion, after February 6th. Yes, cooking.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's pretty remarkable. So the president, Rick, he promised back in March that he would visit East Palestine, Ohio. The New York Post was writing about this over the weekend. Just talking about Biden vacations in August alone, so a full week in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, 10 days in Lake Tahoe. It took him 4 days to visit Florida after the hurricane that hit last week, and then 15 days to get himself to Maui after the wildfires there. Again, the tragedy where you guys are took place over 200 days ago. At this point, do you, Rick, even want the president to visit?
That's irrelevant. He needs to sign the declaration, really, whether he comes or not. In the beginning, I was trying to be very kind of nice and not, but obviously, no matter how we act here or who we are, we're just forgotten by him. So he says he doesn't have time because he has to traipse all over the world. Well, we're very close to Washington, D.C. I don't understand the whole thing. And anybody that wants to see
it... He doesn't care about the people of East Palestine, seemingly so.
Yeah. Why? Maybe... they're saying they're getting a similar response to in Hawaii, but he actually went to Hawaii. Yeah. So I can't answer that, maybe because there is a large Republican vote here. I'd hate to think that was the case because we're all Americans. And this is, in my opinion, a life or death situation. I sent independent tests. I took tests myself a couple weeks ago. I sent them off to an EPA certified lab, and they just came back Friday. Along with other chemicals, our creeks are full of benzene, which is a class 1 carcinogen. The off gases, if you ingest it, it's going to make you very sick, either right away or in the long term. This is a very serious situation. We're not getting any help from the federal government. East Palestine Off the Rails is our Facebook group if anybody wants to see what's going on here. It's thoroughly disgusting.
Well, benzene, but also vinyl chloride, right? That's a
cancer-causing
agent.
Yes.
And to say that, that this isn't serious, it is very serious because we have no idea the long-term effects of inhaling, ingesting these sort of chemicals. Biden said he was going to have the EPA do a study there to see if there was any sort of massive risk.
Can I say something about that?
But that would take 3 years.
The EPA...
the fact that he's not visited for 6 months, that's just adding on more time to people who could become very sick.
Exactly.
Yes. They just remodeled a small bridge at the entrance to our park. I knew they were going to release a lot of chemicals because I was under there the day before. Chemicals were coming out. When they knocked the bridge down, because the chemicals are in our soil and banks and creek beds, they released a massive amount of chemicals. We have it on film. All the fish were dead again. The crayfish, everything in that creek was dead again. We filmed the creek, and the EPA says they went down the next day and they smelled no chemicals, so they didn't take any tests. I don't know when a smell test became a standardized test for the EPA. We went down the next day with a newspaper where they were quoted that they said they saw no chemicals. We're holding the newspaper as we're filming the massive amount of chemicals There was a Time magazine reporter with us as well, and she filmed all the chemicals that were in the creek. The EPA, I feel, is lying to us. So America should know that.
Yes,
yeah,
they are.
and that is a great follow, by the way, on Facebook. Your videos are, it's just shocking that this is happening in America and that the administration, and Pete Buttigieg, by the way, the transportation secretary, they're just looking the other way for whatever reason. I have no idea why.
We have no idea
why help hasn't gotten to East Palestine, Ohio, but we will not stop talking about this story, and we appreciate you both being with us, especially on Labor Day. Thank you.
Thank you for always having us.
Have a nice Labor Day.
Yeah, our pleasure. You too.